Hello everybody, how are you guys? I've been in contact with my research team. This video is going to be 3 fun facts about Harrisburg as we drive by on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. If you didn't know, Harrisburg is the state capital, and fun fact number 1 is that the Pennsylvania state capital used to be in Philadelphia. And the reason they originally had it there was because of the better shopping. Harrisburg was small at that time. They didn't have an Applebee's. They didn't have a TGI Fridays. They didn't have McDonald's. Whereas Philadelphia, in the early part of the country, had the retail, had the nightlife that a lot of politicians want, because a lot of politicians, they want to do good. They want to make a difference in society by helping shape policy and the rules and regulations that govern our lives. But a lot of them are party animals, and they want to go out and dance. They want to go out and they want to go to the club. They want to be up in the VIP section of the club popping bottles. That's what a lot of politicians want to do. And in those days, you really couldn't do that in Harrisburg. Now, today, you can. I think they might even have a Macy's in Harrisburg these days. And so that's fun fact number 1, that the state capital used to be in Philadelphia. Now, this is kind of interesting, too. For a very short time, we'll call this fun fact 1A or 1.5. The state capital for 1 year was in Scranton. They moved it to Scranton for 1 year. And then somebody stood up in the legislature and said, "Scranton? What the heck are we in Scranton for?" And then they moved it. That's true. That's a true story. That was the quote. "Scranton? Where the hell are we in Scranton?" So I don't really know. I'm just reporting what my team pulled, the information they pulled for me, but that's kind of funny. Number 2 fun fact about Harrisburg is they have a great college hockey team. The Harrisburg Community Area College hockey team is one of the best in the country. And the reason being is that, again, it's only been recently that there was anything to do in Harrisburg. So when you don't have it, see, that's why Canada is so good at hockey. It's not just that it's cold and there's ice everywhere. It's that there's nothing else to do. What are you going to do in Winnipeg in the middle of February, even if it was nice weather? Nothing. There's nothing. But then put the Canadian winter in Winnipeg in February, and what else is there to do? Well, you play hockey. Same thing with Harrisburg. I mean, before they had a hockey team, see, everybody goes to the Harrisburg Area Community College hockey team games. And before that, I mean, you could drive to the outside of town, and then you'd sit on the side of the road, and you'd count the cars coming into the town, and you'd see how many license plates were from out of state. And before the session, you would guess, I guess 10, I guess 11, I guess 3. And then out of 100 plates, you'd see who came the closest. That was a big Friday night in Harrisburg. Did y'all go license plate counting? Oh no, we just sat at home and drank lemonade on the porch. You know, it's kind of like that kind of town. So when the hockey team started taking off, people were like, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, right? Became the thing to do. So now tickets are like $700. And for some people in Harrisburg, that's a month's pay. So it's a big night out for the whole family. That's fun fact number 2 about Harrisburg. And fun fact number 3 about Harrisburg is that Harrisburg has been a leader for many years in the area of mini bikes. When you were a kid, did you ride a mini bike, especially if you were a boy, a guy, a young man? You probably rode a mini bike, especially if you lived in the suburbs. A mini bike is like a motorcycle, but it's, like 50 cc's. And Harrisburg, being as remote as it is from the rest of the world, they try to get their kids on some kind of machine that they can ride around as soon as possible, because then they don't have to drive them anywhere. So you never hear this. You never used to hear this in Harrisburg. Mom, can you drive us to the store? Mom, can you drive us to the mall? You never heard that, because at 5, 6, 7 years old, they got them on those mini bikes, guys. So it'd be like, Mom, can you drive? No, get on your mini bike. So that's why Harrisburg kids are riding around on mini bikes at a very young age, and they get them on 100cc motorcycles after that, and 150, then the 250s. Some guys are on the quads. So you got kids in Harrisburg, their parents didn't drive them anywhere. A lot of moms think of themselves as taxis these days. Oh, I just drive my kids around to their activities. Well, why don't you get them on, like Harrisburg, why don't you get them on a mini bikes at 9 years old and tell them to take their mini bike to their soccer practice? So guys, that's fun fact number 3, is the Harrisburg mini bike revolution. Something you may want to consider so your kids quit bugging you. Mom, can you drive us to McDonald's? No, get on your mini bike.